Have you ever wondered who controls the sky and how aircraft know where to fly, whether it's a commercial airplane, a military jet, or a little drone you fly in your backyard? Every flight operates under two very important concepts. These are air territory, also known as airspace, and flight line, which is the actual path an aircraft follows. In this video, we are going to clearly explain these two ideas and show you how they apply to military aviation, drone operations, and the civilian flights you take. Let's get started. So, what is air territory? More accurately, it's called airspace. Think of it as the portion of the atmosphere right above a country's land and its territorial waters that the country legally controls. Just like a country controls its borders on land and at sea, it also controls the sky above it. This has some big implications. It means no aircraft can just fly into a country's airspace without getting permission first. This airspace is managed by national aviation authorities, like the FAA in the United States, and the rules are enforced under international aviation law, mainly a document called the Chicago Convention. For example, if an airline wants to fly a plane over Ethiopia, it must receive approval from the Ethiopian aviation authorities. It can't just cut across their sky. So, in simple terms, our territory answers the big question: who owns and controls the sky? It's all about sovereignty and legal control. Now, let's talk about a flight line. This is the planned or actual route an aircraft follows from the moment it takes off to the moment it lands. A flight line isn't just a line on a map. It includes the specific direction of travel, the altitude or height the aircraft will fly at, and all the waypoints and navigation points it will pass along the way. A flight line can be a straight shot or it can have curves. It might be a fixed and changeable route, or it could be flexible, allowing for adjustments. And it can be controlled manually by a pilot or programmed into a computer. So, here's the important distinction: our territory is all about legal control and permission. A flight line is about the actual movement and navigation of the aircraft. To put it simply, our territory is where you are allowed to fly, and the flight line is how you actually fly through that space. Let's see how this works in military aviation. For the military, our territory is a serious matter of national security. Military-controlled airspace is often designated with special areas. You might have prohibited areas where no civilian aircraft are allowed at all, period. There are also restricted zones and military operation areas where flight is limited. If an unauthorized aircraft enters this military airspace, it can lead to some pretty dramatic consequences, like being intercepted by fighter jets, being forced to land, or even facing defensive action if it's seen as a threat. The flight lines for military aircraft are also very different from what you'd see with an airline. They are often classified, meaning the public doesn't know the route. They are designed to be highly flexible and can be changed in real time based on the mission. Military flight lines are used for things like border patrols, surveillance missions to gather intelligence, training exercises for pilots, and of course, combat operations. For example, a military jet patrolling a border might need to adjust its flight line instantly based on new intelligence or an emerging threat. The key takeaway for military aviation is that it prioritizes national security and mission. Flexibility far more than sticking to fixed, predictable routes. Now let's bring it down to a smaller scale: drone operations. Drones, or unmanned aerial vehicles, also operate within a country's national airspace, but they usually have much stricter limitations. Most countries regulate drones by setting altitude limits. You can only fly so high. They also establish restricted zones around places like airports, military bases, and sensitive government buildings. If you want to use a drone for commercial work, like real estate photography, or for scientific research, you'll often need a special permit. Flying a drone without following these rules can get you into trouble, leading to your drone being confiscated, hefty fines, or other legal consequences. The flight lines for drones are also unique. They are usually pre-programmed with incredible precision and are controlled digitally. A drone's flight line will include exact waypoints, specific height restrictions, and often a return-to-home path so it knows how to get back to its starting point automatically. For instance, a mapping drone flying over a farm will follow a very precise, pre-programmed flight line, creating a grid pattern in the sky, all while staying within the legally approved air territory and altitude. For drones, the name of the game is precision and compliance with the rules. Finally, let's look at civilian aviation, which includes the commercial airlines we all fly on. Civilian airspace is highly organized. It's divided into different control classes, all managed by Air Traffic Control, or ATC. Commercial airlines have a strict set of rules to follow. They must get permission to fly over any country on their route. They have to follow international aviation rules to the letter, and pilots are in constant communication with ATC to ensure everything is running smoothly. When you're on an international flight, that aircraft is passing through multiple different national air territories, and the airline has secured approval for each one. The flight lines for these commercial aircraft are carefully planned well in advance. These routes are optimized for fuel efficiency, safety, and avoiding bad weather. Before the plane even takes off, its flight line has been submitted to, approved, and monitored by Air Traffic Control. For example, an Ethiopian Airlines flight from Addis Ababa to London follows a very specific, fixed flight line that takes it across their territories of several different countries. In civil aviation, the top priorities are always safety, efficiency, and close coordination between everyone involved. So, let's do a quick comparison to tie it all together. For military aviation, our territory is controlled for national defense, and flight lines are flexible and mission-based. For drones, they operate in civil airspace but with extra security regulations, and their flight lines are pre-programmed and limited. For civilian aviation, their territory is managed by civil authorities, and the flight lines are fixed and approved by Air Traffic Control. To summarize, our territory defines who controls the sky, establishing the rules of the road. The flight line defines how an aircraft actually moves within that sky, from point A to point B. From military defense and drone mapping to the commercial flights we take for vacation, these two fundamental concepts work together to ensure order, safety, and security in the skies above us. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. See you next time.